I'm honored to oversee the greatest fighting force, literally, not figuratively, in the history of the world, and that's not hyperbole. And I might add, the most diverse fighting force in the history of the world. I'm sorry to go on, but as my grandpa would say, this gets my goat. We have and always will have the strongest, toughest fighting force in the...
Totally understand. We're just going to not discuss any Pacifics. Wages are up. Inflation is moderating. That's what we care about.
There is precedent for a joint press conference when they come to the White House. That's happened under President Obama, President Trump. Is there something different here with this particular prime minister?
No, nothing different here. Again, when we do these bilateral visits, it's usually between, there's a diplomatic conversation that happens with our folks here and the visiting country, and a decision is made on if there is a 2+2 or how that country wants to move forward in communicating with the press. I just don't have anything. For you. Your question exactly.
I was just wondering, how can the administration reassure Americans who are worrying about these leaders, like you said, in Congress and here at the White House?
So is your question about Congress, or is your question about leaders here? Well, I'm not going to speak to leaders in Congress.
Here at the White House?
What about your leader, the leader at Congress?
Is there a way that this administration is reassuring Americans who have these concerns?
Look, we've been asked this question multiple times, and you have a president who, I just went through his unity agenda, what we've been able to do in a bipartisan way as it relates to issues that really matter to the American people, right? The cancer moonshot, which is actually going to make a difference with people and Americans who have family members dealing with cancer.
And separately, not wanting you to comment on the Fed decision, rather to comment on the White House's view as it relates to inflation. Do you see inflation coming down from the level that it is right now, around 3%, even further by the end of this year?
So I'm not going to get into predictions or hypotheticals from here. What I can say is that the president has been very committed to making sure that we lower costs for the American people. We have seen from other data points, as you know, that we've seen inflation come down by 2/3 in the past 12 months. That's important. And a lot of that is because of the president's economic policies. And not just that, we've seen wages go up. We see inflation easing.